They called him a monster. They were ready to pull the trigger. But what they didn't know was that frenzied dog was the only thing standing between an innocent man and his execution. With less than 2 hours until Rex's owner faced lethal injection, a loyal instinct to protect was being mistaken for bloodthirsty rage. Quiet Paws came here to say our goodbyes, but my gut told me something was wrong. Rex was trying to show us the real killer. We had to decipher his warning before it was too late. This wasn't just a rescue anymore. This was a battle for justice. Could an old scar really overturn a death sentence? Before those death row gates open, where are you watching this journey from today? Let us know in the comments. And hit that like button right now if you believe every life is worth fighting for. Don't look away, because what happened next shook the justice system to its core. Some wounds can be stitched up with sutures, swabbed with antiseptic, and neatly bandaged. But there are invisible wounds, tears in the soul that no X-ray can ever detect. At Quiet Paws, we specialize in treating those cases. But Rex was an exception. It's been 3 years since I signed the paperwork to take Rex in from County Animal Control. The file was brief. German Shepherd, male, 5 years old. Owner arrested for first-degree murder. Dog shows signs of severe depression, non-aggressive but non-responsive. 3 long years. While the other dogs ran, chased tennis balls, or fought for Liam's attention, Rex just lay there. He chose an old oak tree in the farthest corner of the sanctuary, resting his chin on his front paws, his deep brown eyes staring fixedly at the main gate. He wasn't sleeping. He was waiting. "He's like a ghost, Jack," Liam once told me while brushing Rex's coat.
Good job, Liam.
The kid was right. Rex ate just enough to survive, moved just enough to keep his muscles from atrophying. He was a hollow shell, a breathing statue. We tried everything. Maya used the best aromatherapy treatments. Coda tried to drag him into games. But Rex only responded with a patient silence. A heartbreaking loyalty for a man who, according to the law, was a monster. Then, the letter came. It sat on my desk on a gloomy Tuesday morning. A manila envelope bearing the seal of the State Department of Corrections. A special humanitarian request. Thomas Miller, Rex's former owner, was scheduled for execution at 6 a.m. tomorrow. The death row inmate's final wish, to see his dog one last time. I looked out the window where Rex was still lying under the oak tree, ignoring the light drizzle that had begun to fall. The whole world called Thomas a cold-blooded wife killer. But I looked at Rex's steadfastness over the last 3 years, and an old soldier's intuition told me, a dog never devotes its entire soul to a villain. "Prep the van," I said into the radio, my voice raspy with emotion. "Liam, Coda, you two are with me. Maya, prep the medical records and Rex's behavioral certification. We're taking him to face his past." The specialized Quiet Paws van rolled off the pine-covered trails of Colorado and onto the interstate. The air inside the vehicle was thick. Liam sat in the back with Coda and Rex. I could see them through the rearview mirror. Usually, Rex would lie still as a stone during vet trips, but today, a current of electricity ran through that old body. As soon as we turned onto the road leading to the prison, his sharp nose went to work. He inhaled the air greedily, ears pricked up, and for the first time in 3 years, I heard a low whimper escape his throat.
It's okay, Rex.
"He knows, Jack," Liam called out, his hand resting firmly on Rex's shoulder to reassure him. He knows where we're going. Look at this. His heart is beating so hard, I can feel it through his fur. Coda, with his innate sensitivity, didn't lie down to sleep as usual. He sat bolt upright, pressing his flank against Rex, like a sentry guarding a comrade who was falling apart. Coda felt the shift in atmospheric pressure, the transition from peace to danger. The prison loomed before us like a gray concrete fortress, cold and soulless. Towering watchtowers, razor wire coiled like steel snakes. This is where hope comes to die. I presented our papers at the security checkpoint. Metal clashed against metal as the massive gates groaned open. The guards eyed us with scrutiny, then looked at the trembling old dog in the back seat. "Don't remove the muzzle," the commanding officer warned, his voice robotic. "The prisoner is a high-risk subject. This dog used to belong to him. Who knows what it was trained to do?" I nodded, but a wave of irritation rose in my chest. "This dog has been in rehabilitation for 3 years. He's gentler than any of us here," I replied, my voice hard. I glanced at Rex. He didn't care about the guards or the guns. His eyes were glued to the heavy metal door leading to the special visitation area. His tail, usually tucked tight between his legs, gave a slight twitch. A small gesture, but to us, it was an earthquake. We were led into a small room with bare concrete walls, divided by thick tempered glass and a small mesh grate. The smell of industrial bleach couldn't mask the scent of fear and despair that permeated every crack in the bricks. When Thomas Miller was led in by 2 guards, I was surprised. I had pictured a brutal, tattooed man full of hate, but the man who sat down was a gaunt shadow, shoulders slumped under the weight of fate, face hollow. But his eyes, those eyes lit up with a strange light when he saw Rex. "Rex," Thomas whispered, his voice cracking. "You've gotten so old." And that was when my heart clenched. Rex, the dog who hadn't shown emotion in 3 years at Quiet Paws, lunged toward the mesh. If not for Liam holding the leash, he might have tried to crash through the wall. He didn't bark, didn't growl. He whimpered, painful sounds like the crying of a child. He pressed his face against the grate, trying desperately to lick the trembling fingers Thomas poked through the holes. "Good boy, such a good boy," Thomas wept, tears streaming down his cheeks and hitting the cold concrete floor. I'm sorry I left you behind." Liam and I stood back, stunned into silence. Coda sat beside me, head cocked, watching intently. Animals don't know how to lie. If Thomas really was the brutal killer the verdict claimed, Rex, who was at the scene that night, would never react like this. He would be afraid or angry. But here, there was only pure love and infinite longing.
After all this time,
"Mr. Callahan,"
you're the only one
Thomas looked up at me, eyes red.
It's over now, Thomas.
"Thank you.
I never thought
Thank
I'd
you
see
for not letting them put him down 3 years ago. He is all that's left of my family. My wife,
I remember this.
she loved him even more than I did." "You don't need to thank me," I said, trying to keep my voice steady.
Just breathe.
"Rex is family to us.
You should.
But Thomas, I have to ask you this. As someone who has worked with animals all my life, this dog believes you're innocent. Why doesn't the court?" Thomas gave a bitter smile, the smile of a man who has accepted his fate.
He was just
"Because I have no proof, sir. I came home, found my wife dead, the dog badly injured and hiding under the cabinet. I grabbed a knife in a panic, and the police burst in. Prosecutor Harris, He's very good.
The truth, but it didn't
He
matter.
painted a story of a jealous husband, and society needed someone to pay. Time passed too quickly. The steel door behind him opened. "Time's up," the warden announced coldly. The air in the room snapped tight, like a violin string about to break. The guard stepped forward to hoist Thomas up. Rex began to panic. He clawed at the floor, barking short, urgent bursts. Liam had to use both hands to hold the leash. "Goodbye, Rex. Goodbye, son." Thomas looked back, his eyes filled with despair. Just then, the main door to the visitation area threw open. A man walked in, wearing an expensive, crisp suit and polished leather shoes, radiating authority and arrogance. It was John Harris, the district attorney, the man who built his political career on this death sentence. He had come to witness his final achievement. "Touching," Harris said, his tone mocking, a sneer curling his lips.
I think we're done.
"But it's time to end this charade.
Case closed.
Take the prisoner away." And the world suddenly stopped. The moment Harris's voice rang out, and the scent of expensive cologne mixed with cold sweat filled the room, Rex changed. He was no longer the old, sad dog of Quiet Paws. He was no longer the loyal dog mourning his master. The fur on Rex's hackles stood up like a jagged mountain range. His lips retracted, revealing teeth that were worn but still deadly. A deep, guttural growl vibrated through his chest, erupting from the depths of survival instinct. That wasn't aggression. That was recognition. Coda, standing beside me, immediately dropped his center of gravity, baring his fangs and growling at Harris. Two dogs, one old and one young, locked onto the same target. "What the hell is this?" Harris frowned, taking a step back, his confidence wavering. "Liam, hold him!" I yelled, but it was too late. Rex, with an explosive power I didn't think an old dog could possess, lunged. The jerk was so violent it dragged Liam across the floor. Rex didn't aim for the guards. He didn't aim for anyone else. His burning eyes had only one focal point: John Harris's throat. "Shoot it! Shoot that monster!" Harris screamed, his voice breaking in panic as he fell backward, kicking his legs wildly on the concrete floor. 3 guards simultaneously drew their weapons, the dry click-clack of chambers loading echoing in the room. "No!" Liam yelled, and in a split second of insane bravery, he threw himself forward. Not to pull Rex away, but to use his own body to cover the dog, shielding him from the black barrels of the guns. He pinned Rex's head to the floor, ignoring the animal's frantic struggles and foaming mouth. "Stand down! I order you to stand down!" I roared, stepping forward to block the guard's line of sight, summoning every ounce of authority left from my days as a federal officer. "The dog attacked a state official. Move!" the captain of the guard shouted back, his finger already on the trigger. "Look closely," I pointed straight at Harris, who was scrambling up in the corner. He wasn't clutching his throat. He wasn't clutching his arm. He was clutching his right calf, his face drained of blood. A large section of his expensive dress trousers was torn away, and through the tear revealed not the fresh blood of a new bite, but a patch of terribly deformed flesh. A large, pitted scar where muscle seemed to have been torn away long ago, leaving a deep hollow. A lightning bolt of realization hit me. I spun around to look at Thomas. He was leaning against the wall, his left leg slightly bent, the legacy of an old work accident that made walking difficult. The warrant for Thomas was based on a single witness, I boomed, my voice echoing through the cold cell block. The neighbor claimed they saw a dark figure limping away from the scene on the night of the murder. The police looked at Thomas's bad leg and closed the case. They thought Thomas limped because of his disability. I stepped closer to Harris, my eyes drilling into him. But Thomas limps because of a stiff knee. I cornered him against the wall. The killer that night limped for a different reason. He limped because he had his calf torn open by a loyal dog.
No, I didn't.
You're crazy.
I didn't.
This was a jet ski accident, Harris yelled, sweat pouring down his face as he tried to pull his pant leg down to hide the hideous scar. I am the district attorney. His wife was a nosy woman. She deserved to die. I mean, he froze, realizing he had just slipped up. Nosy? I seized the opening immediately. Elena wasn't having an affair. She was a senior city auditor. What did she find in your financial records, Harris? Slush funds? Money laundering? You didn't kill her for love. You killed her for your dirty career. Harris sneered, trying to regain his composure. Are you telling fairy tales? Yes, my leg was injured. But the whole police department knows I had a jet ski accident that weekend. I was on crutches for 2 months. My medical records are pristine. That was your perfect cover, wasn't it, Harris? I cut him off, my voice steely. You're very smart. Right after you killed her and got bit, you knew you couldn't hide that limp. So you staged a sports accident. Who would suspect the energetic DA, injured while on vacation, of being a killer? You used your own power to direct all attention to Thomas's crippled leg, turning him into the perfect scapegoat to hide your own wound. It was a real jet ski accident, Harris screamed, but his voice was trembling. The scars from hitting a reef. A reef? Maya's voice cut in, ice cold, from the doorway. She stepped in, holding an X-ray film, her eyes sharp as a scalpel. Do reefs leave tooth enamel in your bone, Mr. Prosecutor? Maya held the film up high for everyone to see. 3 years ago, when I took Rex in, I had to surgically remove his upper right canine. It was broken in half at the root due to a high-impact collision. We never found the other half of that tooth. She pointed a finger at the scar on Harris's leg. If we take you for an X-ray on that leg right now, I bet my entire medical career that we will find a fragment of dog tooth enamel embedded deep in your tibia. You lied to the ER doctors back then about it being a rock cut. They stitched the soft tissue, but missed the foreign object. Your body has encapsulated it in scar tissue, but it's still there. A biological bullet containing Rex's DNA. Harris's face turned from pale to a deathly gray. He looked down at his leg as if it had just turned into a ticking time bomb. The jet ski story collapsed completely under undeniable forensic evidence. You fooled the entire justice system with a wooden crutch and a lie, I added. But you forgot one thing. You can fool people, but you can't fool the dog that bit you. Rex remembers your scent, and more importantly, he remembers the gift he left in your leg. The warden, who had been silently observing, slowly raised his hand. The gun barrels slowly shifted, moving away from Rex and pointing directly at the district attorney's chest. Cuff him, the warden ordered coldly. Call forensics to bring a portable X-ray scanner and freeze the scene. Rex, no longer struggling in Liam's arms, lifted his head. He watched Harris being dragged away with eyes that no longer held hatred, only the disdain of a victor. He shook out his fur, turned, and limped back toward Thomas, his owner, who also limped. 2 wounds, 1 human, 1 animal. But today, they were healed by the truth. 1 month after the conviction was overturned, Thomas Miller was officially released. The first place he went wasn't his home, but here. "Do you see that, Jack?" Maya stepped up beside me on the porch, holding a thick file. Rex's new medical record, now stamped completed. "See what?" "The way Rex moves," Maya pointed. "He always walks on Thomas's left. He uses his body as a brace for his owner's weak leg." The behavior the court called aggressive crowding was actually a disability support skill that Rex taught himself. I nodded, the lesson sinking in.
We'll do whatever it takes.
"That's what most people don't understand about dogs, Maya," I said, my voice reflective. "Aggression isn't usually the nature of a monster. It's a language. When a dog growls, he's not saying, 'I hate you.' He's saying, 'I'm in pain, I'm scared,' or in Rex's case, 'I know the truth. Please listen to me.' If you see an animal that is scared or acting out, please don't turn your back. Don't be so quick to condemn. Behind every growl may be a cry for help, and behind every scar may be a story of loyalty left untold." We are Quiet Paws. We are here to listen.
Just like you.